Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Sam with the Home Outliers. Today's video is on an update on the stimulus check. The HEROES Act passes the House, omits 2,000 recurring stimulus checks and other notable items. We're going to go into what was passed on Friday through the House and where it's going now through the Senate. So let's go ahead and dive into this article here and see what we've got for this upcoming week. Before we start, please smash the like button down below so that YouTube can help out with the algorithm, and also please subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos about personal finance, investing, and career advice. Greatly appreciate the support. Alright, so let's dive into what this article is showing that what happened last Friday. So last night, the House of Representatives passed the Health and Economic Recovery Omnibus Emergency Solutions Act, or the HEROES Act as they're calling it, by a vote of 208 to 199. The sweeping $3 trillion legislation was dismissed by the Senate Republicans, with Majority Leader Mitch McConnell deriding it as a big laundry list of pet priorities. The grab bag bill included many provisions seemingly disconnected from stabilizing the economic effects of the coronavirus pandemic, such as ones related to cannabis banking. For a messaging bill meant to outline Democratic priorities, the HEROES Act is as notable for what it omits as for what it includes. So first thing it doesn't have is no Paycheck Guarantee Act. Spearheaded by Representative Pramila Jayapal and the Congressional Progressive Caucus, the Paycheck Guarantee Act would have guaranteed 100% coverage of workers' wages up to $90,000 a year. The sponsors argue that given the economic carnage inflicted by coronavirus, Congress needed to think bigger and to offer workers as well as businesses, nonprofits, and local governments of all sizes a better path forward in this uncertain economic environment. Interestingly, an analysis by Moody's chief economist Mark Zandi estimated that the net cost of the program would be $654 billion over 6 months, which is actually less than the 2 rounds of small business loans approved by Congress as part of the Paycheck Protection Program. Another interesting feature of the proposal would have taken out banks as the intermediary to disperse payments, instead of facilitating payments straight from the IRS to employers. Exclusion of the Paycheck Guarantee Act led to a mini rebellion with progressives, initially threatening to vote against the HEROES Act. Most members eventually fell in line with Speaker Nancy Pelosi and voted in favor of the HEROES bill. So it also looks like there's no recurring 2,000 monthly stimulus checks. The HEROES Act included a proposal for a second round of direct payments to Americans of $1,200 for individual, $2,400 for joint filers, and $1,200 for up to 3 dependents. This one-time infusion of cash would provide relief to many Americans who exhausted their funds from the first round of stimulus payments, received a lower amount than anticipated, or are still waiting to receive it. Pelosi and Democrats chose the single payment route instead of recurring stimulus payment that would have provided ongoing relief for up to 12 months. Representative Ro Khanna and Tim Ryan introduced the Emergency Money for the People Act, which had attracted increasing support from the other House Democrats. Other similar proposals were introduced by Pramila Jayapal and Rashida Tlaib in the House, as well as other counterparts by the Senate, including a proposal by Ed McCarthy, Kamala Harris, and Bernie Sanders that would provide a $2,000 check to those struggling to make ends meet during the COVID-19 pandemic. A single check is not sufficient for households that are struggling during this health and economic crisis, said Senator Markey. Americans need more than just one payment. There is also no automatic stabilizers. As argued in a previous column, there is a looming disconnect between the sluggish speed of recovery and the duration of unemployment benefits that were included in the $2 trillion CARES Act passed by Congress. This problem could have been resolved through the use of automatic stabilizers, which would have tied federal aid to economic conditions. The use of stabilizers would have removed the need to continuously pass additional legislation for more aid, instead automatically extending aid such as enhanced unemployment insurance until the economy recovers. The Worker Relief and Security Act, introduced by Senators Michael Bennet and Jack Reed, along with Representative Don Beyer, aimed to align relief with the span of COVID-19 pandemic as opposed to allowing benefits to lapse after a fixed period of time. However, this proposal, along with automatic stabilizers of any kind, were left out of the HEROES Act passed by Congress. Along with the automatic stabilizers of any kind, were left out of the HEROES Act passed by the House. Instead, the bill would simply extend the enhanced unemployment benefits through January 2021. There were a lot of important priorities, and this wasn't at the top of the list, unfortunately, said Don Beyer. Also, no improvements to get funds to individuals quicker and more accurately. Problems with the CARES Act were limited to eligibility or duration of funding. They also involved executional mistakes. The process of delivering funds to individuals and small businesses was riddled with friction and complexity. Many individuals have still not received their stimulus checks from the CARES Act. Others received checks but for a lower amount than expected, and are being told by the IRS that they won't be able to receive the difference until 2021 when they file their taxes. Instead of spending over 1,800 pages of futile proposals, many not germane to the coronavirus pandemic, it would have behooved the Democrats to deliver proposals to deliver funds more quickly and more accurately to Americans. All right, guys, so that'll wrap up the article that I wanted to share with you, updating on what's going on with the House approving it. Looks like there are some things that are remitted, things that we could really use, the American citizens who are unemployed. There's a lot of things that was written in the 1,800 pages, which is interesting because, they proposed it on a Tuesday and expected to be, looked over and voted on by Friday. But it did clear, and it's going to the Senate, so I'm sure there's going to be some bipartisan work there that has to be done. There is a lot of things that I think a lot of us would be looking for, especially us that are unemployed, with it being at record highs. Definitely they need to, I think, increase the amount that they're giving us and just make it so maybe more clean of a bill of a process to get it through to the American people, so it's not bogged down by other things that I think are not related to the pandemic itself. Being able to help us quickly as possible would be of great benefit, especially the small businesses that are not open and struggling. But let me know what you guys think. I'll follow this going along this upcoming week, and there's going to be a lot of back and forth. Hope everybody's staying safe out there. Take care, guys. Talk to you all soon. Bye.